Look up how many times a woodpecker pecks.
Okay.
In a
But
second.
only if you say that 10 times fast.
How many times does a woodpecker peck? How
10
many times
times?
does a woodpecker peck? How many times does a woodpecker peck?
Oh, yeah, you fucked up already.
Little pH.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
He sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I gave
She
my...
sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore.
20 times a second.
All right, next
20?
week on Nico's Corner, he's going to learn how to read.
20 times a second is a woodpecker.
20 times a second.
So,
So times
20.
that by 60. 2 times 6 is 12. So 1,200 times.
a minute.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah. You hear it
Almost
once
as quickly as you beat it.
Yeah.
in a while. Almost.
Okay.
A little bit fast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 7 Days Makes 1 Week. I'm Freddie P. in the place to be, producer Zach's living room. Immediately on my left is the man with a set of wheels back ripping up the roads. How excited are you about that, Mr. Nico?
It's good to have a vehicle back. It's bad to be in a bunch of fucking debt. Yeah. I don't want to say I'm worried because I got a brand new fucking engine, but at this point, what's gonna go wrong next? I feel like in my life. So.
Oh, come on. It's not that.
Yeah, it's not
Like I
going to be
said,
that bad.
if I lose a tranny, I might just off myself.
Oh my god.
I told you if they use the tranny, we'll just burn it in a ditch somewhere.
We might have to do that.
The other voice you just heard with the master plan is producer Zach. How are you, young sir?
I'm not bad, man. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. If you notice some fucking movement around, Kobe's in the place to be again, being a menace just like his dad.
Oh yeah.
I should take that harness off him real quick. So you guys said you were something's going on in the world of golf. Something about Saudi Arabians, the same people that own Newcastle, are doing something big in the golf world.
I think it's the owners of Newcastle. The only reason why I said that is because I just saw a post that says the owners of Newcastle are offering $54 million to the first person to, or no, I think it's 54 million. 54 million for the first person to birdie every hole.
Is that like
That's
ridiculous?
tough to do, yeah. That's
But, like, is
fuck
it doable, though?
That's
I'll try to pull up some stats and see if it's ever been done.
So
but-
right here, the guy who heads the Saudi investment fund owns the Newcastle Premier League football team, in brackets, just said at the Live Golf Trophy presentation that if someone ever shoots 18 birdies on a par 72 at a Live event, he will be awarded $54 million.
And do we know what LIV stands for?
I do not know.
And it's this new Saudi Arabian
Golf
league to compete with like the PGA Tour.
They got
correct?
Dustin Johnson
Dude,
I think they got like Dustin. They got 3 big names.
They
right?
got multiple people.
and Kevin Na.
Kevin Na, Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick
Really?
Reed, Ian
I think one of the old
Poulter,
guys too, a name that I recognize.
fucking Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
So they spent on 3 guys. They spent over $500 million. Bryson, Phil Mickelson, and Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson got like $175 million.
Yeah,
to go
Rory
there.
McIlroy was very salty about it.
Well, he should go too. I don't know why none of these guys aren't going. Who gives a fuck about the PGA? This is just showing how the PGA and like American businessmen want to make as much money as possible and pay their athletes the least amount as possible. This fucking over the weekend or this last tournament or whatever that happened was the biggest prize pool for any fucking golf tournament ever in the history of golf. The winner won like $4 million. So like if one event, you're already winning more than any other golf tournament that's ever been in this new league. And it's just like showing the PGA, it's like, yo, either pay your players accordingly or we're gonna go somewhere else.
They also
But
got
I mean, those
Philly
Saudi
Mickelson.
guys are down
Yeah.
to lose money, right? Like, they're not trying to turn a profitable business. They don't give a fuck about profit.
Who's that?
The people,
Saudis?
the Saudi people.
Well, maybe not, but like they're probably seeing this as like they could probably eventually make some profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have more people watching this live golf tournament than the PGA, and eventually that's probably going to happen because
But do you know what, like, sports washing is?
no.
So sports washing is what the term that they've given to, like, the PSG owners, the City owners, now I guess these guys, the Newcastle owners, that the people of, like, Saudi Arabia, like the princes and the people in charge do all this, like, super foul shit that, like, the world should really, like, condemn and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, then they do all this, like, good shit in sports, like host an F1 event and own Premier League teams and own a golf league and do all these things. And
To make
it'll
themselves
make
better.
the country look better, yeah. So, like, that could be what this whole golf league is, to make Saudi Arabia look
Probably,
better. If they're
yeah.
not killing journalists and all this other kind of
I
shit.
mean, Saudi Arabia is a shitty country, or like they have like shitty morals as a country. I'm sure the country itself's probably not too bad, but
It's just incredibly corrupt. It's like whoever's got the most money is gonna make the decisions for everybody
yeah.
else.
Looks like a nice place.
I literally have been Googling or binging for 5 minutes here, and I cannot find what LIV actually stands for.
Really?
Maybe that's all it is.
Are you on Bing?
Every day, all day.
Bro, you gotta ask Jeeves, man.
7 Days Makes 1 Week, sponsored by Bing.
Bing.
The 14th greatest search engine at your disposal.
So they actually don't have what LIV stands for?
Well, it doesn't show like the acronym for it. Like you'd suppose it's an acronym, but it just they keep referring to it colloquially as the Saudi Arabian Golf League, which none of those besides L is in there.
I'm sure you guys just Binged or Googled or whatever search engine you used. What does LIV stand for?
That's exactly
Oh, okay,
what I'm
here.
doing.
The LIV in LIV Golf isn't an acronym. Rather, it stands for the Roman numeral of 54 for the number of holes each tournament will be. So LIV, Roman numeral.
The number of what, sorry?
That's
Okay.
the number of holes each. So 3 rounds
Oh.
of 18, which is
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they're not playing 4 rounds anymore.
Well, the golfers probably don't want to play 4 rounds.
Fuck no.
Would
That's
you?
Not really, no.
Probably not. After the third or after the second round, I'd be like, okay, I need a fucking break from
Yeah,
this
man.
stress.
And you're a professional. Get over it.
I'm not.
Yeah, but they are.
Fair enough. You're right.
Yeah, 54 holes, so they taken a whole round out, which is pretty cool, kind of. Something different.
More money for less work.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Which everybody needs. So, yeah, fuck yeah. I'd like more money for less work.
I love that Kevin Na went there. I can't wait till he walks in a putt live.
I don't even know who that is.
So he's this golfer, and every time, well, not every time, but when he hits a putt and he thinks it's going in, he'll just, as soon as it leaves his putter, he'll walk towards the hole and barely let the ball drop in the cup, and then he'll pick it
Yeah,
up.
he's grabbing. It's like a power move. Like
It's a meme.
a
It's
cocky
meme
power
now.
move, yeah.
And we
like-
make jokes when we're doing, but we don't ever hit putts, so we can
No.
never do it.
I'll walk it in, but it'll go fucking 3 inches to the left, and then it's like, ah. Yeah.
Keeping with sports, yesterday I watched the new Adam Sandler movie. It's currently #1 on Canadian Netflix. Hustle. It's got a bunch of former NBA players in there, a bunch of current NBA players. Adam Sandler. I know Nico's watched it. I don't think Zach has, but we can chop it up on that for a little bit. It's a good movie. I mean, there's a little bit of like cheese shit that you can predict. Spoiler alert's coming. We're gonna talk about the whole movie, so sorry, Zach, but shit's gonna get ruined. Like when Adam Sandler like flew out his daughter.
I saw that
clearly
coming.
that was gonna
Yeah,
come.
I saw that shit coming. I saw that for sure.
And like, of course, it's like a feel-good movie. Things are gonna go well at the end of the movie. Blah blah blah. But the premise of the movie is that Adam Sandler is a basketball scout for the Philadelphia 76ers. The owner of the 76ers is going to promote him to assistant coach because he's been doing scout work for a long time and he's been really, really good at it and he hits a lot. And then that owner unfortunately dies and his dickhead son takes over and his dickhead son doesn't respect Adam Sandler at all. So instead of giving him the assistant coach role, he sends him back on the road. And back on the road finds him in Spain going to look at one guy, but he doesn't really like him. Then he's just going to go to a basketball court to shoot some hoops, and he ends up watching this guy Bo Cruz is the character's name in the movie, and he's just really, really good, plays really good defense. He's just hustling people on this court, getting money off them, and fucking construction boots.
Yeah.
And then he kind of swindles him and tells him that the 76ers are interested in him even though they aren't, and gets him to agree to come over to North America and to Philadelphia. And the 76ers aren't interested in him, so Adam Sandler has to like make him his investment and float all of his funds and blah, blah, blah. Float is all of his expenses. And then the character finds out that Adam Sandler kind of swindled him a little bit and that the 76ers aren't interested in him. But then Adam Sandler quits working for the 76ers and kind of convinces the guy that since he's still 22 years old, they're going to enter the draft. So they start training to enter the draft, and then they got to work their way into the combine. And there's this cute little moment with Adam Sandler's daughter where they get it. They're not going to let the guy into the combine, so instead they get him to go viral. They make a little viral challenge out of him, and he gets to go viral, and all these people, like the social media presence, gets him into the combine. And then, what's his name again? Anthony Edwards is kind of his, like, nemesis in the games. He's supposed to be the number 1 or the number 2 pick, and he's a pretty cocky guy. And when they go to the combine and they're doing all of the activities, they're showing relatively the same, and then they play a 5-a-side game at the combine, and Anthony Edwards' character's Kermit, they call him in the movie.
Kermit, yeah.
Because he can jump?
I guess.
Maybe,
I didn't even think about it, but yeah, probably. He has some nasty dunks in the movie. And then he ends up getting in his head, and the guy gets all angry with him and pushes him over, and it had come out that he had an assault charge. Bo Cruz, sorry. It came out that Bo Cruz, the athlete they're trying to get into the NBA, has an assault charge. And then he pushes him in front of all these people, so no one wants to, like, take a chance on him, blah, 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 blah. Adam Sandler takes him to the airport. Classic movie sense. They get a call at the airport. There's one more game. Only coaches and executives from the NBA will be there. There's going to be some NBA players and some draft players, so Adam Sandler fucking runs through the airport to get the guy at the gate, and then they fucking speed to the game. And then he takes over in the game and shows really, really, really well. And then it turns out that the dickhead guy, that the son that was the dickhead that got put in charge of the 76ers, ends up getting fired because he's a dickhead and he was making a bunch of bad choices. And his sister, who actually is a big fan of Adam Sandler, is going to be taking charge of the team. So Adam Sandler does get his assistant coaching job at the Sixers. And then Bo Cruz ends up getting drafted by the Boston Celtics and makes it to the NBA. And then everything works out at the end of the movie and everything's good.
Real feel-good moment or what?
It was a real feel-good moment, yeah.
Yeah, I feel it was a little I don't want to say anticlimactic, but...
Yeah, the climax was like the basketball game, I guess. Because then after it just like...
A little feel-good
trails
moment,
off,
yeah, and they talk at the end, and... He's the assistant coach. He goes, they're playing each other, and Adam Sandler goes up and is like, don't tell these guys, but I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, Bo Cruz undoes his shirt, and he's wearing number 22, which was famously stated multiple times that was Adam Sandler's college number. So he takes his college number in the NBA. There's a bunch of little feel-good things. Like the guy's got a bunch of tattoos on his chest and all down his right arm, and he explains to Adam Sandler's daughter that they're all for his mom and his daughter. And then she says, where are the ones for your dad? And he says, the left arm. And there's none. He has not a single tattoo on the left arm. And then later in the movie, you see his sleeves rolled up when he makes it to the NBA. And it has like a picture of a tree and a quote that Adam Sandler told him. So it's almost like he's his dad now. And it's like
a mentor type of thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's cute. But the funny part is Adam Sandler goes up and tells him at the end of the movie, don't tell the other guys, but I'm rooting for you. Then he goes back to his team and goes and tells what's the guy's name? He was prominent throughout the movie. He's one of the Sixers that has a more of a bigger role. The guy that looks like J. Cole.
Oh, Doc Rivers?
I think it's Tyrese Maxey.
No. Tobias Harris?
Tobias Harris, yeah.
So he goes up to Tobias Harris and he's like, hey, number 22, if he goes right, he wants to dunk. If he goes left, he wants to shoot. So like he knows everything about the guy, right? So he tells the guy on his team too. So that's like a little cute moment or whatever. It's cool. Trae Young's in it. Luka Doncic has it's funny because some of the NBA players just have like literally they're on a screen like pretending to be on social media, reacting to the social media trend, and they still get credited in the movie. Like Allen Iverson has like 3 lines. Practice, this guy doesn't need no practice.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson's telling you Boa Cruz is the truth. And then it's like as they're going through the credits, he gets like a credit Allen Iverson as himself. It's like, man, the guy was in the movie for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Dirk Nowitzki has a funny part. He goes to when Adam Sandler goes to recruit the Bo Crew guys in Spain. He ends up at his house, and the Bo Crew guys just knows that the guy's like stalking him, showing up at his house. So he gets all angry. He's like almost trying to fight him and whatnot because his like mom and daughter are there. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm a basketball scout. I'm a basketball scout." And the guy doesn't believe him, so he FaceTimes Dirk Nowitzki, and he's like, "Look." And Dirk Nowitzki's like, "Listen, kid, I have no idea who this guy talking to you is. I've never seen that guy before in my life. This guy is swindling you." And then he's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. This guy's Adam. He's all good. Blah 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 blah. He's the shit. He's a good guy." Help me get out of that plant.
I got a couple questions follow up for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie in general? And second
Uncut
of all,
Gems.
Your favorite?
Uncut Gems. Remember that?
No.
That girl, the girl that was dating Kanye West.
I don't remember her name. Julia Fox. Yeah.
And then she's like talking about, she's like, Uncut Gems, like that. No,
I don't
okay.
remember.
I'll
No,
put it
never
up
seen
on
it.
the episode after.
That was a
I mean, I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Gems. Right.
pretty crazy movie, though.
But and then the second question is, what's your best basketball movie of all time?
My favorite Adam Sandler movie has to probably be... I don't know, Billy Madison, if I had to just pick one.
That's up there.
But sometimes now I go back and watch it, and I'm like, yeah,
That's what. Yeah. Like
I'm kind of past it.
I agree. All those like, if I was to say one of his older movies, I would probably say The Waterboy was my favorite.
The Waterboy was one that came in my head, and honestly, The Longest Yard is one that came in my head. I actually like The Longest Yard quite a bit. That's a pretty decent movie.
Terry Crews' character in The Longest Yard is fucking hilarious.
The chances of me going back and watching those movies are like very slim. But I will go back and watch. Like, I've watched Uncut Gems probably like fucking 20 times in like the past.
It's a good movie.
Year. Yeah, I thought it was a super good movie. It was well out of his normal comedy shit. Whereas he's in like a drama movie, you know what I mean? It's like a drama, suspense movie, not suspense, but yeah, I thought Uncut Gems was like a
No, it's a really good movie.
masterpiece of Adam
Lots of
Sandler.
anxiety. Did you get anxiety watching it? So lots of people said getting it, they got anxiety.
Not too much. Like I said, I only get anxiety when I'm baked. So,
I watched
don't
that
really
movie
get
when
too
I still
baked.
worked at the jewelry store, and I asked my boss if he'd seen it, and he's like, yeah. He's like, that is exactly my life. And I was like, you know, the guy gets fucking, you know the end of the movie, right? Like, what happens at the end of the movie? And yeah, he was just like, shrugged his shoulders.
The best part of Billy Madison is when Chris Farley's giving him that test, and it's a strip test. He's like, when was the Spanish Armada? And he's like, 1867. And he's like, that's correct. And starts taking his clothes off. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie
And
in
then,
years.
sorry, my favorite basketball movie, probably Coach Carter.
Very good movie. What's the one with the Boston Celtics? And it's
Celtic Pride.
that movie is sick. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
Celtic Pride's pretty decent.
I don't think I've seen too many basketball movies. Like I don't think I've seen Coach Carter.
Coach Carter's way up there.
You've never
Samuel
seen
L.
Coach Carter?
I don't
Jackson.
think so.
Oh,
no.
yeah, you should watch that one day.
Coach Carter, I haven't seen. Yeah, I can't really say.
What about
my
White
fa-
Men Can't Jump?
I never actually watched that with Woody Harrelson,
And Wesley Pipes.
Wesley Pipes. Yeah, I never actually saw that movie.
They're making a new one with Jack Harlow.
Really?
Yeah, the comedian Andrew Schultz is in it.
Oh, well, then maybe it'll
Jack
be okay.
Harlow's whack.
Jack Harlow is whack.
Whoa. Why don't you guys like Jack Harlow?
I just think he's really corny, in my opinion. I don't
Right.
mind his music, but when you see the clips of him interacting with people, I just think
Being
he's,
all cringy and shit.
yeah, and that's fine, but it's just not for me.
I only know. I literally only know the one song.
Which one?
What's poppin'?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It's a great song.
Well, the remix is better
Yeah, it's
than
a
the
good
original.
song. The remix is
Yeah,
better.
Tory Lanez and
Yeah,
Lil
with Tory
Wayne.
Lanez,
And
yeah,
the Baby.
And the
Wayne,
baby,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an okay song, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go out and listen to him.
This guy talks into a microphone and covers the fucking thing while he's talking
Make
to
sure the
it.
thing's
We're
on there.
rolling with it, man.
Making
all
sure it's
good.
on there, everybody.
I love it. Speaking of basketball, and I mentioned earlier J. Cole, he's supposed to be signed to the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
I've
who are
seen him play. I've seen a couple highlights of him playing.
Our good friend Nolan Ryan is fucking pissed, and he's fucking because J. Cole is supposed to be in Edmonton today, playing the Edmonton Sting as a member of
He
the
plays in the
Scarborough
Canadian League.
Yeah, man, Scarborough's in like
Why do I
Ontario
know the
or
name
Toronto
Nolan
area.
Ryan?
He's
one of our
baseball-
friends. Oh, he's a baseball pitcher.
player.
Sorry, he's a
Okay,
baseball
yeah,
pitcher.
okay.
He's
Yeah.
also one of our friends who like makes, I would call it like R&B-ish hip hop music.
And you guys know him?
videos.
He's a good friend of
photographer.
ours.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And sorry, and he's also a videographer and a photographer. Yeah, and he's made music videos for a bunch of other people and blah blah blah.
Like a
Sick,
producer
cool.
or some shit.
And he's made some beats. Yeah, now that Nico mentions that, I don't know if he's still like into the producing game very hard, but very talented guy. That's a friend of ours. Check it out, Nolan Ryan or No Question Who Productions on
Shout
Instagram. I'll give you his Instagram to put up.
Yeah, okay, good enough.
Anyway, he's super cheesed about it because he really, really likes J. Cole, and J. Cole is supposed to be in Edmonton today as a member of this basketball team playing. He's the one who told me, but apparently Drake has some part ownership or a stake or something to do with the Scarborough Shooting Stars, so it was probably just for publicity, but apparently he's played like 2 or 3 games, but he's now leaving the team to go back on tour. So
Really?
this was like the first completely sold out game for the Edmonton Sting all year, and then J. Cole's not even going to be there.
Have you guys seen them play before?
No,
I haven't, but I actually
have.
really want to.
It's actually pretty good basketball.
Yeah, I bet it is. I mean, Xavier Moon isn't there anymore, to the best of my knowledge, but he left the team. I know
That
he got
guy
a stint with the
sounds-
Clippers.
That guy sounds like the fucking.
A guy from Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell?
Well, I was gonna say he sounds like a guy off a video game like story mode. Oh, Xavier Moon, he's your
Oh, like
Your
DJ?
rival.
He's your rival,
In 2K.
Xavier Moon. Yeah, sounds like a rival. But that's whack that J. Cole was supposed to be here, and now he's not gonna be here. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's why I sent it in our one group chat there. I was like, yo, let's go to this Stingers game. It was that one. 'Cause J. Cole was
Apparently
gonna be
season
playing.
tickets are very affordable for them.
Oh, dude, him and I and one of our other friends have season tickets to FC Edmonton in like one of like not even like the cheapest price sections, one of like the decent price sections, and I think it was like $175 or something like
Yeah.
that, and it comes
Damn.
with a jersey, which I've yet to claim.
Me too.
Why didn't you guys claim it?
Well, we
The
haven't
first
been
2
there
or 3
since.
games, the fucking rum tumble organization at FC Edmonton is they didn't have their shit ready.
But now apparently you can fucking
Get it?
get it. Yeah, you gotta.
We're gonna go to a game on Tuesday actually, so I guess we get it on Tuesday.
How many games have you guys gone to this season versus
Probably
how
3
many
or
have
4.
been played?
Probably 7 or 8.
Oh, so you guys are still
Yeah.
making at least like 30, 40, 50%.
I mean, his vehicle got fucked up for a
vehicle's
little bit, and
fucked.
then our other buddy that has tickets doesn't even actually like. Well, I guess he's moving back, but him and his girlfriend actually lived in Vancouver, but he spent a lot. Well, Vancouver Island or whatever, but he spent a lot of time between both cities, so he just bought some. And yeah,
Yeah, but I would have gone if my vehicle wasn't a piece of shit. But yeah, they literally have not won a game all season.
no,
Really?
They're fucking 6-2
bunch of draws. Yeah,
or whatever. I think they got like 2 draws and the rest losses or whatever. So yeah, they're not one of the better teams in the league. You know,
Franny.
what's Diamond saying?
He said, "Do you want to grab some food when you're done?"
Oh,
He's probably just trying to stay away.
probably yeah.
But anyways,
So yeah, that sucks that J. Cole's not going to be there, but I kind of saw that coming. I know he didn't spend much time with the other team that he spent. He was in like the Rwandan League in Africa or some shit, and he didn't spend much time there. So, as I told our friend, I'm sure it was just a publicity thing. And I said, well, he actually was kind of saying it was just for publicity, and Drake and him were probably in cahoots just to sell tickets, yada yada yada. And I said, all like that is probably true, but J. Cole also probably just thinks he's a little bit better than he is at basketball. But people will give him a shot because he is who he is, and they'll sell the tickets. But then he probably actually gets on those courts and realizes, like, man,
I'm not as good.
you
as
can't
I
just
am.
become a professional basketball player at like 34 years old.
just because you're 6'4" doesn't mean
And you can, like, don't get me wrong, he's better than probably like the vast majority of people on the planet. I've seen him clips of him. He can shoot. He can dunk. Well, dunk kinda. He can shoot. He's tall. I have no idea if he can play defense or not. But at the end of the day, you're an older dude. You're not going to be as fast as some of these other guys that are super athletic. You have millions of dollars of this career. You're probably not going to want it as bad as some of these other people want it that are like 22 years old and trying to provide for their families and blah, blah, blah. And he probably just figured that out relatively quickly. Like, man, I'm just a step below these guys. I can't do what these guys do.
You should check out his stats.
I'll do
Yeah,
it
check
right
out
now.
his J. Cole Scarborough Shooting Stars stats.
I remember seeing a video. It's like, oh, I just got my career high.
It was
like,
a 1 3-pointer.
fucking 6. I think he got like 6 points or some shit. 2 3-pointers in a game or whatever.
Oh. Okay.
Which is like fair, you know. I'm not trying to say I could do that at that level of basketball, but there's people that could take up that roster spot that could do more than that, I'm sure.
Okay, I got the stats. 5 game played, 9.9 minutes, 2.4 points, 0.8 field goals out of 1.6 field goal attempts, but he's still shooting. That's 5.
So it's like 50%.
Yeah, he's got not the greatest stats, but better than I would have probably.
I'm gonna play fucking 9 minutes a game.
9 out of 48.
Well, you got to remember they probably signed him not because of his skill, but they sell tickets, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
It's like Usain Bolt still gets soccer tryouts with teams because they just want to be able to say that Usain Bolt's trying out for their team, make some social media splash, and then he gets cut. Because yet again, not that he's like a terrible soccer player, he's just not a professional level soccer player.
Yeah, he's a
At
fast
a level
runner.
of club that would pay him what I'm sure he wants to be paid.
Yeah. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you can be fast with the ball. Against some fucking defenders, you're going to take your legs
Yeah,
out.
you still need the touch. Speed isn't everything. Kobe, you're such a little menace.
that's okay.
Menace to society. What else did you guys get going on to this week?
We had the buffet yesterday.
We didn't hit up the Indian buffet yesterday, and then I took about a 3.5 hour nap in the afternoon, which was fantastic.
I took about a 3.5 hour schmoop after.
Big old dump.
No, I didn't.
Get the meat sweats on the toilet.
No, I was at my dad's house hanging out with him, and I was like, we hung out for about 2 hours, and then I was like, you know what, I gotta go. He's like, why? I was like, I really don't want to destroy your bathroom, and I feel something coming. He's like, okay. And then I took
Blow
off.
this motherfucker
Big
up.
Dave or what?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
He's going camping for a week with his best friend.
My man.
Yeah, he's a good cat. Shout out.
What did I do? I went golfing yesterday. Got a birdie, baby.
Gang, gang.
Gang. But I also shot like 100.
Birdie Gang.
Yeah.
Bird Gang. You got to listen to Joel Santana Bird Gang when you're on the
Yeah.
course. It'll give you good luck.
Purple City Bird Gang.
He was on the podcast Drink Champs like 2 weeks ago. I just listened to it the other day on one of my drives. Oh, shit. I should tell you guys about... So everyone knows I do these drives for a dealership that I used to work for, blah, blah, blah. I did a drive the other day that I went down to Calgary to this ranch. And this ranch was fucking massive. Big-ass gate, fucking all logoed out and all this shit. And they probably had like 200, 250 cattle just like roaming around. There was a couple horses on cowboys on horses, like herding them and shit. And then we pull in to give them the truck, and there's like a bunch of employees ripping around on little dirt bikes and shit. Then the owner comes in on like a little Honda dirt bike, and he rips up, and he's a straight up cowboy with his boots and his spurs on. And then his two sons roll up, and they're all looking at the truck. And I look up, there's like 8 cabins right when we roll in, and probably like 10 to 15 more additional buildings scattered on this property. And I look up this little hill, and there's like a full-on playground with like a slide and swings and like a big-ass jungle gym and shit. And then I look to the right, and there's a full basketball court. You could run a full 5-a-side, 3-point line, court, lines, fenced in, 2 hoops, everything.
Would have been sick to pave that.
Yeah.
Just drive out for the day, get
Yeah.
your travel time, and then pay for 6 hours.
Because, yeah, it was like probably like 30 minutes outside of Okotoks.
Okay.
And like towards the mountains. And then I asked the one son while the other guy was doing the paperwork with dad. I asked the one son, like, do you guys like have guests here that like, you know, come live the ranch life for a fucking weekend or whatever? And he's like, no. He's like, we're gonna build more buildings and maybe get into that as like a tourist thing. But he's like, right now this is all just us, like my dad and like all the sons and his brother and blah blah blah. All those cabins you passed are all ours. And I was like, so you guys have a jungle gym and a basketball court just for you guys? And he's like, yeah. Like our
How
kids.
old are these kids?
Oh, these guys were like in their 20s, if not early
Oh,
30s.
okay,
Like they were
yeah.
grown ass men. I did see
Uh-huh.
some kids running around though, but like these guys were grown ass men helping their dad on this farm.
Gotcha.
They were fucking thick. Like they were country boys through and through.
Running the plow by hand.
You know, these guys were monsters. So yeah, that was super cool. You guys got anything going on this upcoming week that we should talk about before we get to facts and would you rathers?
Well, we got a soccer game today. Last
we got
game.
How's
I
your-
think
how's your
second
season
last
going?
game. We're the 3rd in the table. I
Who
looked this
scored
morning.
more goals between the two?
Neither of us.
You guys haven't. You guys are blanking out.
Well, I play defense. I've had
Okay, fair
one
enough. I don't
decent
understand the
shot.
positions, to be
Well,
honest.
in outdoor soccer, it's pretty like I kind of stay back quite a bit. That being said, like I'm not even trying to like toot my horn here. Up until the last like game or two, I'm like our strongest defender. So I really
agree.
like stay
And
at home.
What does he do?
Midfield.
And so that you guys,
He kind of had a goal one game, but this girl kind of like kicked it in on the line, so he just like gave it to the girl. So I'd pretty much say that Nico scored a goal, to be honest with you. But
yeah, like the fucking, she was fucking kicked the ball, and I don't know if the keeper made like an amazing save, slapped it right off the goal line. To me, it looked like it went in, and then the guy slapped it and it went like right to me.
And you just kicked it in.
And I blasted it as hard
yeah,
as
he
I
fucking rifled it from like 2 feet
2
away.
feet away, man, and I blasted that thing to make sure it was going in.
I even said to him, I said, "You made sure that one was going in, eh?" Like,
Well, the thing I didn't want them to like. The reason why I blasted it so hard is to make sure it went in, because I don't want them to be like, no, I saved that.
Yeah, because we play in a league where there's no referee. It's like he said, she said bullshit. It's like a very co-ed.
You
like,
got to be honest.
Which a lot of people really aren't, which is weird.
And fucking like just get spirit points at the end of the game, and we keep getting shafted on not getting spirit points because
guys on the other team will talk just as much shit as guys on our team, and then we'll be like, oh, all right, whatever. Everyone like fucking shook hands at the end of the game.
Spirit points being sportsmanship points?
Pretty much,
Okay,
yes,
I remember that from playing slow pitch.
Yeah,
exactly. ESSC, yeah, exact
same thing.
And then like some guys talk shit, man. It is what it is. You leave it on the field, and at the end of the game, you go shake hands with the guy and be like, oh yeah, man, good game. Like it's all good. Blah blah blah. And then they don't give you this dumbass spirit point when you end up giving them the spirit point.
But that's what's fun about playing is you can go talk shit to a guy and then shake his hand after.
Yeah, man.
It's
right?
all just
and like,
part of the game.
Like I was saying in our little group chat that we have, it's like, yo, this shit that these little spats that we get into are nothing compared to a men's league. Like men's league, you're about to fight each other, like legitimately fight each other. This one, it's just like, yo, buddy, you're fucking trash, or shut the fuck up, and like.
Was the men's league the game that I came to when you got it was indoor soccer?
Probably,
with Francesco
Yep.
and Abe wasn't playing, but I'm pretty sure both of you
Yes.
guys were there, and there was a lot of shit talking.
Yeah, dude, that's the men's league, man.
Okay,
in that, nothing happens in that. There's even a referee there. You're allowed to shit talk, blah blah blah. But like, I don't understand what. Like, it only seems that the people that don't give us the spirit points are the teams that lose against us or draw against us. The one team. So the one game we played, the guy he fucking stuck his arm out and smoked me in the neck. And I was like, yo, like, watch your fucking hands, man. No, I didn't do anything. I just told him, I was like, yo, just watch your fucking hands, man. Like, I'm 5 feet tall, you're 5'6". So when you go like this, your arm is coming either for my neck or for my face. So I just said, watch your fucking hands. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. So we got into it. The fucking goalkeeper was like, yo, took his gloves off and was like, wanted to fight me. And shit, he's like, yo, come to the net. You'll see what happens or whatever. The crazy thing is, they gave us a spirit point. And we had the most beef. The guy almost wanted to fight me. They still gave us a spirit point.
He was wearing. I knew he wasn't fucking around when he was wearing jeans.
Yeah,
he
man.
was in net wearing blue
In
jeans.
net.
Yeah. In net wearing blue
Yeah,
jeans.
man.
I wouldn't
like,
want to fuck with that
I was like,
guy.
oh, this guy's not fucking.
He was a
around.
pretty good keeper, too.
He was a pretty good keeper, yeah.
I think I had 3 or 4 shots that I should have fucking scored on, and he saved all of them.
Yeah, I've only had
right
one shot on net, and it was a header from a corner kick, and I didn't miss by much. I should have at least got it on target. I didn't miss the net, but I should have scored, but at least got it on target. But I fucked it up. But yeah, I don't take too many shots, but I'm kind of hoping that today last week. The one guy on our team who's really, really good brought 2 friends that were both really good. And then I'm hoping our friend who's quite good also comes so I can squeak a little bit into the Abdullah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can squeak into midfield a little bit, make a run or 2 forward if everything works out.
Because when we changed our formation there to a 4-2-2 or a 3-2-2, there's I want to play with Christian. I want to be on the same field as this guy named Christian.
He's probably the best player on our team.
All the time. I want to play with
you
him
later.
all the time. And
Here.
the thing is, we both play similar roles, but he's more attacking minded, and I'm more defensive minded. I get up a little bit and I'll make runs and shit, but he can like dribble through everybody and like he's just runs. He's got lots of stamina. Whereas me, I just turn around and run back. But like, if we're both on the sideline at the same time, the team is a little less in the midfield. You know what I mean? So I'd like to play with him constantly, but like having one of us on the field at different times is better for the team, in my opinion.
Because that way you can roll two lines almost, right?
Well,
It's kind of like the Leo Draisaitl Connor McDavid
okay,
thing.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
like
Which one are you?
He would have to be, Draisaitl, I guess, just because
Okay.
McDavid's better than Draisaitl. And I mean, I'm not offending Nico by saying this guy's
No,
better than
it's
him.
just a
He's a
cool
really good
analogy.
soccer
I know
player.
he's
Yeah.
better than me.
He's just a really good soccer player. Very athletic dude at the same time.
Yeah, it plays like fucking. Seems like he plays tons of different.
Right, every fucking week, this guy in our little group chat's like, "Hey man, I need a sub for my volleyball team, my basketball team, my slow pitch team. He's on our soccer team. He's on a different soccer team, and he's a fucking scaffolder." It's like, dog, how much time? He's got those Beyonce hours, man. He has
That's
more
sick.
hours in a
That's
day than
cool.
we
I
do.
wish, man. I wish. Not for me.
Yo, I definitely want to play dodgeball though.
Yeah, we should set up a team for this winter. So if anyone's listening that's a female, which is probably not anyone that's listening to this.
Shout out Zach's sister. You're probably the only one.
She's not watching, I don't
So.
think. But anyways.
Jared, sister.
Ayo.
Jared, sister, if you're watching,
Okay.
we
Sup,
want you to
though?
come play.
Nico's Instagram is no. Just kidding.
Yeah, but we could set up. It's co-ed, so we could set that up. I like playing it. It's always in church basements and shit.
You know,
Sick.
I feel like dodgeball is a sport that I would like to play because it's like people probably think I'm an asshole when I'm on their soccer team because like I can get like heated like fucking a couple weeks ago and then all of a sudden we get into an argument with the teammates because of who I am. Whereas in dodgeball it's like, okay, well, there's no real teamwork here. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in dodgeball you're kind of just don't get hit with the fucking ball.
You're either good at dodgeball or you're trash.
Yeah, and whereas in like soccer, like it's a whole team effort, and if the whole team isn't working together, then it's like a couple weak links here and there. Like dodgeball, you don't really have to rely on anybody except for yourself.
I guess, yeah.
Right?
Or
Like-
if a ball bounces off homeboy and then you got to jump and try to catch it to keep him in.
Yeah, something like that.
I've
but
seen some athletic.
I'm not gonna blame a chick or somebody else because the ball bounced off of them. Like when it comes to me in soccer, it's like, yo, I want you guys to help me defend. If you guys aren't gonna help me defend, I'm probably gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, like, let's go. And then people are like, oh, you're an asshole, you're too competitive. It's like, no, it's just I don't want to lose, or you know. So.
I know I've paved with you before. You have the same mentality paving.
Hey man, product's got to be perfect.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Did you see me talking shit the other day on Facebook by chance?
No, it hasn't been popping up as lately.
Yeah,
I just see some of your hilarious like meme posts, and they're usually very funny. But I haven't seen any comments like I had that one one episode.
Do you remember? Has Paul ever told you about a guy named Paul Luckhart?
I've heard the name, and he's a paver or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he thinks he's God's gift to fucking paving, which he's not. And him and I, well, neither am I. But that's like I know that he thinks he's the fucking best and he can do everything. Nothing ever goes wrong. And yeah, I don't know. Him and I got into it the other day, and guess what? He blocked me.
You're just on a streak right now, eh?
Well, I don't give a fuck that guy anyway. I'm tired of fucking sitting there reading his posts of how fucking good he is, but like he never has a job. He's always begging for a job. Oh, I need work. Well, it's like, yo, if you were so fucking good, the company you worked for last year would want you again this year. And then like all of his spelling mistakes, it's like, bro, you're fucking the worst, man. You're the worst by far. And it's just like,
Oh, sorry, buddy.
I'm tired of seeing it. So when he blocked me, it was kind of a bitch move how he blocked me because I didn't get I didn't get to reply to him, which was gay, but yeah, he's a bitch. Fuck you, Paul. I know you
Yeah,
ain't
sure. I'll say the same, just to be a team.
I know you
member.
ain't watching, but and you're not that good of a paver.
Little bitch.
You got, it's got poor
That's
work
right.
ethic. Every day he goes like this. He'll take a picture. We're the crew. You'll get in here, and then he'll take a picture like this. Fuck it, pave it. So that's his mentality is fuck it, pave it. Where they say like when they say that on a paving crew, it's just like holy fuck, this place is fucked. Look at those ruts over there. Look at that soft spot.
Look at the cut marks in the swale.
Whatever, fuck it, just pave it. Don't make it black, don't look back. And it's like, yo, that, to me, that's what they say, yo. And to me, that's like poor work ethic. You don't care about what it looks like.
No pride in your work.
No pride in your work. And that's what I straight up told him. I was like, yo, you just say fucking pave it. And he's like, no, I do that for the boys to put a smile on their face. It's like, bro, go tell that to your fucking wife. Don't tell that to somebody who fucking knows what that means. Anybody who knows what that means is like, they know you don't give a fuck. Fuck it, just pave it.
Who's the worst paver you've ever worked with? And besides that guy excluded, I want to hear about somebody else.
He's not the worst paver.
No, I'm asking you, who is the worst?
Yeah. He's not the worst paver. He just thinks he's the best, which, you know what I mean. He thinks he's way better than he is.
I know a couple guys like that.
The worst person I've ever paved with.
I could think of a clear person, but I'm not gonna say their name. Oh, I can't do it.
LM.
The other way of L.
JM.
JM.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's not. It's not that he's bad. It's just that he thinks he's the fucking.
And that's the thing is, it's almost worse when someone thinks they're really good, but they're actually not. That's almost what makes them even worse. You know what I mean? Whereas like you're just a shitty fucking worker, or like I don't really know who the worst paver I ever worked with was. I've worked with a lot of good pavers.
Me too.
I'll shout out Vito Rocha.
I hear about that guy all the time.
Dude, the guy is like the same size as me, and he's like 75 years old. And he will outwork all three of us put together, man. This guy is like, he's a fucking beast for an old guy.
Just a machine.
Yeah, and he like, he tries hard. He tries really hard and has like a lot of pride in his work. I remember one day, Paul, shout out Paul Snow.
Yes, sir.
We were working out in Grassland, Alberta, and Vito was on the saw, and like it's this little saw that it's got a blade on the front, and you just walk behind it, and it'll cut the asphalt for you. And Paul walked up to him and was just joking. He said something along the lines of, "What the fuck you doing, Vito? That line looks like shit." Fucking 20 minutes later, Vito's standing in the middle of the road, like fucking on the phone calling his wife, "Yo, I need you to come." Paul said, "What are you doing?" Paul said, "What are you doing on there?" That line sucks. Alan's going to replace you or something like that. The boss is going to replace you. 20 minutes later, he's on the phone. "Wife, yo, come get me. Fucking, I'm sick of this shit. Fucking people talking shit about me and my work." And it's like, Paul was just kidding, but he's got that much pride. And yeah. Shout out to another few pavers. Junior. Yeah. I paved with some good people.
Conan
Church, yeah, dude.
That guy was fucking sick.
He might be one of the worst pavers I ever
True enough, but he was a great guy.
Yeah, he was
a great guy.
Oh my god, I'm fucking traumatized.
I remember I had to write an article in journalism school, and I chose to do it on prison reform, and I asked to interview him because I won't say what, but I asked to interview him, and he's like, "Just don't use my name in it." And he gave me like a 10-15 minute interview about it.
Really?
Sick. Yeah. Great guy.
What was he in jail for?
I'm not saying it on here. I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's more respectful, or no?
Yeah, I would say that was more respectful, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, you guys want to hear some facts?
I would
Sure,
love
fuck
to.
it.
Okay, so these ones are about bugs, and I'm on National Geographic Kids,
Okay.
and this is just some cool insect facts, all right? So a ladybug might eat more than 5,000 other insects in its lifetime. Just a ladybug.
Damn.
Fruit flies were the first living creatures to be sent into space.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why, but they were.
Well, they probably had some fucking shitty old fucking...
Plums.
Yeah. They accidentally got sent into space.
Dragonflies have been on Earth for more than 300 million years.
Damn.
A bee's wings beat 190 times a second. That's 11,400 times a minute.
Damn.
Caterpillars have 12 eyes. Yes, sir.
Fuck you need that many eyes for?
to see.
See straight.
Peripheral vision.
See all around them.
See clearly.
One dung beetle can drag 1,141 times its weight. That's like a human being pulling 6 double-decker buses. Just for comparison's
Nico
sake.
could do it.
I bet
Good
you
buddy.
he'd be the closest one out of us that could. Yep.
We'll pull at least one.
A single honeybee colony can produce around 100 kilograms of honey each year, and that's about 220 jars of honey. Shout out to bees. They're the best.
Yes, sir.
They're not wasps. Wasps can get effed.
Fuck Monsanto.
Okay. To breathe underwater, the water scorpion uses a snorkel-like tube on its abdomen. And it's just
What the
like,
fuck?
yeah, dude. There's 36 species of dragonflies found in the UK. That one was boring. Okay, bulldog ants can leap 7 times the length of their body. Speaking of that, have you ever seen a bobcat or a lynx make distance? There's this one video of one jumping like a lynx, I think it was, from one dock to another one. It was probably 18 feet, and it just was standing still and just propelled itself.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the Calgary Zoo. I don't know if you've been there.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so they have a bridge, and on the bridge, as you're walking, like, every so many feet, it'll say a little fact, like, you've gone 5 feet, and it's like, 5 feet is the length of a fucking, I don't know,
Snake.
a snake or whatever. Yeah. So once you get to 30, I think it's 30 feet or 30 yards. That's how far a snow leopard can leap. I think it's 30 yards.
Yeah, that's
I don't
Which
know
is like-
about that.
You should definitely check it out.
30 yards? That's
That's
man.
farther than you could
That's
probably throw a
90
football.
feet. Yeah, 90 feet. That's a lot.
How
Maybe it's
far
30 feet.
can a snow... I feel like it's probably closer to 30
Probably
feet.
30 feet, yeah.
Can a snow leopard...
Because, 30 yards.
50 feet.
50 feet, man. There you go.
So he wasn't that far off.
Wasn't
with the
that
30.
far
No,
off,
he really
but-
wasn't. That was a lot higher than I thought it
That's-
was going to be.
So yeah, I think that might have been the animal in the video that I'm referring to. Maybe I'll try to throw it up on the potty. But
fucking
it's literally
feet, man.
jumping, standing still from one dock across water to another dock.
That's
and it's a
fucking crazy.
giant distance.
Damn.
Okay, so just to finish up the facts here. Butterflies taste with their feet, if you didn't know that.
Weird.
No, I didn't.
Mosquitoes are attracted to smelly feet, Nico.
No wonder why they're all over me.
Yeah, me too.
Grasshoppers existed before dinosaurs did,
Damn.
which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, the male giraffe weevils, which is I think a beetle, use their long necks to fight each other. And I'll throw the
Yeah,
picture
I've
up.
seen that.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah, they
hilarious.
fucking...
They look kind of like
Wow.
giraffes or some shit.
Swinging themselves,
like
yeah.
insect giraffes.
Look up how many times a woodpecker pecks
Okay.
in a
But
second.
only if you say that 10 times fast.
How many times does a woodpecker peck? How
10
many times
times.
does a woodpecker peck? How many times does a woodpecker peck?
Oh yeah, you fucked up already.
Little pH.
How much wood could a woodchuck wood?
He sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells. She.
Oh, I guess yeah. I gave
She
my.
sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore.
20 times a
All
second.
right, next week
20?
on Nico's Corner, he's going to learn how to read.
20 times a second is a woodpecker.
20 times a second.
So,
So times
20.
that by 60. 2 times 6 is 12. So 1,200 times.
a minute.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, you hear it once in a
Almost
while.
as quickly as you beat it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
A little bit faster.
You guys want to would you rather?
Sure.
Of course.
Would
I
you-
love it.
Okay. Would you rather be able to time travel or teleport?
But the teleporting is in real time. You're not going forward or backward
No,
in
you're
time.
just
You're just
going
going
from
from
one
one
location
location
to
to
another.
another.
I just thought of something hilarious for that, but we'll save it.
But I mean, if I choose time travel, couldn't I technically do the same thing as teleporting? I just gonna time travel 3 seconds forward to this location in Spain?
No. For the sake of the argument. I didn't think about that. You always do this. You always poke holes. Fuck. No, okay, so it's either moving from a time period to another time period or
Yeah.
location to location,
Yeah,
just for the
yeah.
sake of the argument.
So you're still in the same place when you travel through time. You're just traveling through time.
I guess.
We'll just say for the
Can't
sake of the
travel
argument.
from Alberta, time travel from
Well,
Alberta
couldn't you
to
travel
fucking-
backwards to the Cretaceous period or something like that?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
But you'd still be in the same
yeah,
location.
you'd still be in Alberta.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
in fucking
But that'd be cool though.
1885.
Well, that's not the Cretaceous period.
Well, whenever. But I'm just saying. When's that period? Like 400?
Oh, fucking 7 million BC or some shit.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. It's dinosaur time.
Oh, what's it called?
Cretaceous period.
I don't think I'd want to travel through time because I don't think like the joke that I always say when people say that is I'd just go back to the early 90s and invest in like Apple and Google, like
Bitcoin.
super early. Amazon, Bitcoin, exactly. Just like know exactly when to buy those and when to dip out. Like tell my younger self that.
Blockbuster.
Hey man, if you dip at the right time, you're good to go. Same with Netflix. If you dip at the right time, you're good to go. But at the same time, there's butterfly effect. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna go with teleport in real time. Fuck it.
Fair enough, Nico.
You know
By the
what?
way, the Cretaceous period was 145 million years ago.
Damn.
Just to answer your
Earth
question.
didn't even exist then.
Grasshoppers did.
I would say. Yeah, I want to say time travel, but teleportation would be better because then I could get to. I can actually leave the country. I wouldn't be a political prisoner. The Fuhrer,
I don't think you are anymore.
The Fuhrer's got me on lockdown. Yeah, bro.
Are you on the no-fly list?
No, I'm not, well,
With the
kind
fucking
of.
shoe bomber?
I guess kinda, yeah.
Kind of. I kind
No,
of
it's
no-fly
you
list.
can't leave now.
No, man. You have to have a vaccination to get on a plane.
Oh.
But I think if you get on I think there's certain American airlines that you can get onto that will take you, but they don't really give a fuck. And it also matters where you're going into. So if you fly to like from here to Belgium, you're good to go because Belgium don't have. There's a bunch of countries now that don't have any
Regulations.
Regulations, yeah, but yeah, the fear has got me on lockdown.
Yeah, he was thinking we had to drive to Qatar a couple days ago.
Yeah, yeah, I'd have to get
Good luck. You gotta
a
get
water
on a-
boat or like a water car.
Or just get on a ferry.
I guess it'd take me fucking.
Or hide in one of those
month.
secret
Technically,
containers.
I'm sure you could drive there. If you drove up through Alaska and then like crossed
The
Alaska to
Bering
Russia.
Strait? I think that's called the Bering
Oh,
Strait.
Yeah,
when
is
it's
there a
frozen.
highway there or something? I don't know if there's
When
a bridge
it's,
there.
When it's frozen, you can drive over the ice, right?
I don't know. I don't
I'm pretty
live there.
sure.
I
Like,
don't know either.
I'm pretty sure in the winter time.
There's ice roads up to the Northwest Territories and shit. I know that.
I don't know if I make it all the way across the fucking. You probably make it to Greenland. Yeah, I'm fucking hot, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sweating like a motherfucker, man. Yeah, like I wore an extra shirt and a fucking hoodie, and I got like these socks that are fucking.
You're
Yeah,
the weirdest.
I'm
It's
cooking,
summertime and the guy wears a hoodie and 2 shirts,
making
and then it'll
sure.
be
The AC
fucking.
is pointed right at you.
It ain't blowing at me though.
It'll be fucking wintertime and he'll wear the skinniest little jacket to go somewhere.
Just making sure, man. You never know. Because there's a couple times in here where I've like felt underdressed and it's like, oh man, I'm fucking freezing. So then today I was like, I'm gonna make sure I'm not cold just in case. And then fucking, yeah, I've been sweating for fucking about an hour.
Even Kobe was looking at you like you're bugging.
Yeah, I'm cooking. So.
What about you, Zach? You got anything going on this week besides fucking paving the world 1 fucking meter at a time?
I'm hoping because of the weather outlook, there's a lot of precipitation in the future, so I wouldn't mind having a day or 2 off.
It's always good.
But yeah, other than that, we'll just be freaking paving our days away. As Gersher Dad used to call it, doing God's work.
Amen, brother. On that note, this has been another episode of 7 Days Makes 1 Week. We'll see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.